Hello, and I wish you a great day. Today, I want to address a matter that has been on my mind for quite some time, an issue that I found deeply troubling. It concerns a particular ideology often hailed as feminism. Why do you feel so passionate and frustrated about this? It's not simply because I disagree, but because I believe that what's commonly termed feminism in its present form can inadvertently undermine the very principles it aims to support. Now, you might wonder why I, a man, am engaging with a topic often associated with women. Let me clarify. As a son and a brother, I have cherished relationships with women. I was born of a woman, nurtured and raised by one. Furthermore, I reside in a society where both genders coexist. So, the notion that this matter is none of my concern is inherently flawed. To the man listening, listen to me carefully. Allow me to address you for a moment. As a man, I can discern the differences between our genders. I've contemplated why women might feel oppressed or believe they are. It's true that many aspects of the world we inhabit were shaped by men. Countless inventions, ideologies, and even feminism itself were often conceived by men. Our society's perspectives, scientific foundation, cultural norms, and political systems have been influenced by male thinkers. Even historically, education was primarily orchestrated by men, while figures like Marie Curie and Marilyn Monroe might come to mind, their accomplishments too, were nurtured within a male-driven societal framework. Therefore, gentlemen, let's acknowledge how we have inadvertently contributed to the challenges faced by women, impeded their growth. Educational techniques, for instance, have often catered to boys more than girls. Everything we've achieved thus far, every facet of society, has been profoundly shaped by male perspectives, or at the very least, verified by male voices. Ladies, I commend you for recognizing and grappling with the underlying issue. However, I believe your interpretations have been misguided, which is not entirely your fault. You were raised within a framework predominantly constructed by men, so grasping the core problems can be challenging. Still, understand that some men perceive the rise in women's intellect as a threat. In response, an idea emerged: modern feminism. A concept that, while perhaps well-intentioned, might inadvertently distract you from addressing the true roots of gender disparities. Throughout the history, men have exploited women for their gain. This is an undeniable truth. However, perpetuating this cycle is no longer justifiable. When you think of feminism today, you might conjure images of women passionately protesting trivial issues like clothing choices or separate office bathrooms, etc. But are these truly the heart of the matter? Consider this. Men have historically initiated conflicts, such as World War II, where countless women, children, and civilians were among the casualties. This unsettling pattern reveals a distributing truth. We've often used women as shields, sacrificing their lives and well-being while we engage in disputes. This wound runs deep and continues to fester. Our action chip away at the respect and sanctity owed to both man and woman. In essence, we are undermining the core principles of humanity, and this destructive pattern shows no signs of abating. The question that plugs us in why those who champion peace often meet tragic ends, leaving a void that fueled by individuals who further perpetuate the cycle of corruption and power. Figures like Jesus, Gandhi, Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, John Lennon, and the list goes on. And countless others sought to elevate the human spirit, yet they fell victim to the very forces they opposed. Why does this trend persist? While we've made incredible strides in various realms, innovating technology, advancing medicine, and exploring space, our ethical evaluation lags behind. Look around. Today, our most influential individuals, referred to here as Mr. X and Mr. Z, engage in petty squabbles over app ideas. These supposed role models resort to childish disputes, echoing my mother's assertion that man sometimes can behave like children. It's a stark realization that our progress, specifically in moral matters, is regressing rather than advancing. Consider the state of the world today. We've embraced the concept of democracy, believing it empowers people to govern themselves. Yet, conflicts like Russia's confrontation with Ukraine persist, revealing the limitation of the system. Why do some countries exacerbate conflicts by supplying ammunition to war-torn regions? Our advancements in technology and science paint a facade of progress, but underlying moral fabric is frying. Let's ponder a simple question. Are we truly evolving as ethical beings, or are we hurtling toward a self-inflicted destruction, fulfilling the apocalyptical prophecies of various religions? As I wrap up this discourse, I implore you to reflect on the negativity I've shared. Let it resonate within you. My intent is not to incite violence or establish an conventional movement. Quite the contrary, I aim to foster understanding, shed light on deeply rooted issues, and encourage the women of our societies to channel their energy more effectively. True freedom is not confined to superficial pursuits like clothing, makeup, or religion. These are mere byproducts of a thriving community. By fixating on these surface-level concerns, we unwittingly divert our attention from the true path toward progress. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I pose you a question to all of you, specifically to the women. Does modern feminism truly pave the way for freedom? Does harboring resentments toward all men truly address the core problem? Before forming your opinion, consider the sobering statistics on rape. Search for this term, rape statistics, and just read Wikipedia or 2 more sites, and you'll uncover the grim truth. Women continue to face oppression on a scale that surpasses any period in history. Isn't it perplexing that while feminism appears to gain momentum, the reality for many women remains dire? In a moment, while I raise the volume of the music to mask the screams of agony, and the irony isn't lost on me. This marks the end of inaugural podcast in the Being Frank series. Yes, it has been fueled by frustration and a sense of urgency. The issues we've discussed are disheartening and deeply entrenched. Have a good day, and let's remain vigilant.